Okay, everyone. So this is it. This is the setup. And I heard you want the triple screen setup as well. So let me tell you what I've done, right or wrong, the problems that I faced, and I gotta tell you, it was so worth it. I mean, this is basically where my head stands, right? And if I look to the right, except for that little LED strip over there that's dangling, which I'm gonna fix, and I look to the left, I cannot see anything else other than screens. Right now, this is a fully do-it-yourself at-home build. It's made of wood, obviously. Don't know if you can see it, but all right, let me tell you what you need. So basically, you need a little bit of lumber and a little bit of space. This thing takes up. So first things first, getting ahead of myself for a second. These are 43-inch screens. So all of these three are just 1080. They're not triple 4Ks. They're just 1080 because I thought that rendering triple 4K in a game as demanding as DCS and probably even like Euro Truck, because these are the two games that the two simulators that I run constantly. A little bit of Assetto Corsa as well, but not that much lately. I thought it would be an excess strain on the graphics card, which I haven't upgraded yet, but there you go. I mean, it is a beautiful sight. Anyway, so space. The space that this thing occupies is about 2 meters this way, which means what? 6 feet and a bit, 6'4" and whatever, and about 2 meters the other way, right? Um, it is a wooden structure. There's a mess of cables behind it, but the good thing is it's all behind and you cannot see anything, right? Unfortunately, for a flight simulator, you're still gonna have to figure out a way to track your head. Simply because you're gonna need to look up quite a bit, right? In the dog fights, even in the turns, when you turn this way, you're gonna want to look that way. Anyway, so it's not as easy as it sounds, right? Let me show you what you need to do. So, let's say that you looked online, you found monitor stands, and they're a bit pricey. This is from Next Level Racing. It's a triple monitor stand. It's an aluminium build. It does take up to 43-inch monitors, but usually when you get to the higher end of the spectrum, it starts becoming wobbly wibbly and whatever. It doesn't really have a lot of reinforcements. I don't know. I wouldn't trust this with 43s. Then you got another one from Track Racer. Again, same size. Well, this is the same kind of construction, but this holds up to 47 inches. And then there's another one from SimFab. Also, they're quite pricey, right? If you choose to do it yourself, I'm afraid I do not have plans for what I've built. I'm not good at designing stuff. I just had a dream and I went with it, right? I improvised along the way. It's not that difficult to do. There are a few other tutorials on how to build this thing. It took me a couple of days. Unfortunately, I did not film the building of it because it was raining and my camera person had homework to do. So anyway, you got it built. It's all awesome. You sat in it, but it's just 3 individual monitors side by side. So what you're gonna have to do, if you're Team Red with AMD, you're gonna have to download you probably have already, this AMD software Adrenaline Edition. And then you're gonna go to the settings cog here. You're gonna go to display, and if you scroll down, you're gonna have to do quick setup. The monitors are gonna go crazy for a little bit, and then boom, all of a sudden now it's a big screen, right? So they're not 3 individual screens, it's just 1. Okay, and I can demonstrate this by pulling up, like, first things first, the start bar is all the way there. If I pull up the browser and I go to maximize it, it's gonna spread it throughout the 3 screens, right? There you go, all 3. Good. Now, after that, in DCS, you don't really have to do a lot of mumbling and fumbling with setup and whatever. It's just gonna ask you, you're gonna input your resolution. And by the way, in my case, if I go to display settings here, somehow they are 1080p monitors, but they came out as 1065. I don't know how that happened, but it happened anyway. So now, lessons learned. If you're a normal size person, 3 times 43 inches is kind of the cutoff where you want to be. You don't want to go larger than 43 inches. I wanted to go larger than 43. I wanted 50s or 55s even, but they are so big and unwieldy when you have to actually mount them on the stands. But before we get to mounting on the stands, here's a word of advice. Keep the screen protector film that comes when they ship the monitors, keep it on. This one managed to get a little bit of a scratch. It's just surface scratch. I mean, you can't tell when the monitor's on, when the TV is on, but I was lucky. Also, even a 43 is a 2-man job. I had a setup before I upgraded to this size, and it was a 2727, and that was easy to manage. Just one person, you hold it with, you need 3 hands, but still it's manageable, it's doable. You use your knees, you use your head, whatever, right? But 43 is, I needed an assistant, I needed help. So don't go over 43 unless you have a buddy. Another thing, another thing that I encountered was the fact that the actual support that you, like normal people would bolt into the wall and just have a TV somewhere, don't cheap out on those like I did. I cheaped out. The middle one is a good quality one, but the sides are the cheap ones, right? And because they're so cheap, they are not perfectly straight, and you cannot really adjust them this way. I mean, you could probably tell there's a little bit of a gap there. You can't see it from where I am, right? Like, you see, you can't see any kind of light and whatever unless I really go this way, and I'm sitting here. So yeah, I mean, it is a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful sight. So in DCS, you go to the cogwheel and you're gonna set your resolution. You just use the drop down menu and you go to the bottom, and then below that you just select 3 screens. Boom, that's it. Bob's your uncle. Don't laugh at me for having everything on low. I still did not upgrade my graphics card. It will happen. Yeah, and now we're gonna, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna build a console here in front of it, right, that will have the pedals and a couple of button boxes, and one of the displays, the MFDs from WinWing. It will be bolted on the side legs, right, over here and here, because I need this sim rig to be modular, because I want to fly, but also I want to drive. And the driving part is going to be a little bit difficult because I'm going to be driving in Euro Truck. Let's see if we have a replay going here. Last mission, just so you can see a little bit on how it looks. Okay, so DCS finally loaded up. Let's see what's happening, what's going on. So this is what you see. So you can barely make out the bezels where they are. And usually when you're concentrated on what's going on and using your targeting pod, you just forget. I mean, it's a thing of beauty. This is a replay, obviously. I'm not flying, I'm not doing anything. But I mean, triple screens were always a fascinating thing for me. Yeah, this is a replay from a test that I previously did. It's gonna run weird, but anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll post a few more videos now because I've got the tools to do it. All right, thank you.